Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Sports Tingz with me, of course, Brandon Beasley, yada yada yada. Um, Sorry about the technical difficulties with the games last week. None of them were super interesting anyway. Couple things here, a couple things there, but we're gonna kind of just move on past that and get right into this week because there are some storyline things that I want to talk about and some game stuff I want to talk about. First off, we're gonna start with Thursday night, where Tua and the Dolphins went into Cincy and took on the Bengals. Game was going good, and then Tua took a, I would, if I remember correctly, is a pretty similar type hit, getting thrown, hitting the back of his head, and this time his fingers just kind of did some weird thing, got stuck. Prayers out for Tua. I also heard that the doctor that cleared him the first injury or whatever he got fired, so who knows what that means. Could could be the NFL trying to save their ass, could be for a real reason, who knows, to be honest. But prayers up for Tua, man. I hope he gets the treatment he needs and should get. I don't understand why people have problems with making sure people are like physically okay. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems like it should be a point of emphasis, but who am I? You know what I'm saying? But Joe Burrow looked pretty good. I'm pretty sure T Higgins suffered a pretty. I think T Higgins got a concussion, so I'm sure he's gonna be out for a while. But I mean, I think if Tua goes, if Tua doesn't get hurt, goes in, and continues to lead that team, I think that there's a good chance they win that game. Who knows? Joe Burrow is a good quarterback, and they got a three-headed monster at wide receiver. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor Cincinnati. I'm not. I'm still not entirely sure what they are this year. It looks like they're going to be a good team with a bad offensive line, but still a little too early to see. So we'll figure it out as the year goes on. Moving on, the Vikings and the game in London. It was the Vikings and the Saints, and Andy Dalton got the start there. Very, very mid, very, very mid. That's all. That's literally the word that comes to my mind. Kirk Cousins, mid quarterback, being another very bad team. I mean, I think that the Vikings are still mid. The Saints are kind of, who knows? Seems like they're not going to be super great this year. Didn't have much on that. Sorry. Um. Uh. The Chargers and the Texans. I mean, it looked like the Chargers basically went in there and handled business. I don't think the numbers on the scoreboard being as close as they were, shows how close the game actually was. I think the Chargers were in control of that game, the entire game basically. Justin Herbert looked good. Justin Herbert threw for 340, I believe. Give me just a second. Yeah, Justin Herbert was 27 and 39 for 340, two tuds. He only got sacked once, so the offensive line was in sync. Austin Eckler had two rushing touchdowns, had 60 yards on the ground, also had 49 receiving yards and a tud. And Mike Williams had 7 catches for 120. So, I mean, for the Chargers, it looks like business as usual. I'm sure they'll just take this and keep working off of it for next week and the weeks coming, obviously. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Chargers. I think that they're going to continue to show that they're a good team. As far as Houston, I hate to say it, I do. Looks like it's going to be another tough year for them. Lovie Smith just isn't enough. I don't know. We'll see. The Giants had Chicago come into their home field and found a way to get a win. I mean, the New York Giants, love them or hate them, they find ways to win. I don't really understand how, but they do. Daniel Jones, I saw he was listed day to day with his injury, so prayers up for him. Hope he gets back healthy. Um, I'm pretty sure Tyrod Taylor also got hurt in this game. So they had Saquon playing quarterback, and I'm pretty sure he's in the Wildcat. I mean, if this game didn't show you that Saquon is fully back from his injury, then I don't know what will. I mean, 31 carries, 149 yards. That's the Saquon Barkley that we're used to seeing right there. I hope he continues to do that because it seems like that Giants offense is going to be riding heavier and heavier on him as the season continues. And as for the Chicago Bears, the Bears are the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields 11 for 22, 174 yards, decent rushing. They're in a rut. They just suck. They do. They really do. All right. The next game here, we have Seattle at Detroit. This game was electrifying. Geno Smith, by the way, is literally, I think Pro Football Focus has Geno Smith rated as the best quarterback in the league right now. And he put up 48 points, was 23 of 30 for 320 and 2 tuds. Rashad Penny, one of the most underrated running backs in the league, in my opinion. Rashad Penny, 17 carries, 151 yards and 2 tuds. DK Metcalf with 7 catches and 149 yards. Tyler Lockett had 6 catches for 91 yards. Geno Smith is the best quarterback in the league right now, right? The Seattle Seahawks, I think they may be a little better than they intended. Now, we'll see again as the year continues and we get more film on Geno Smith and more stuff on the Seahawks scheme and all that. But right now, the Seahawks they look pretty fucking good. They do. And for the Lions, I've said this before. You can only wonder how good this team would really be if Jared Goff wasn't their quarterback. I watched them go out week in and week out and just blow leads, lose games, and most of the time it's Jared Goff's fault. Everybody else plays great. Joel Williams had 19 carries for 108 yards, 2 tuds. TJ Hawkinson, 8 catches, 179 yards, 2 tuds. Oh my god. They did everything that they possibly could and somehow still found a way to lose. Now, the defense giving up 48 points, you can't put that on Jared Goff, obviously, but you get the gist of what I was saying. This Lions team, they do fight. You can also see how much better they've gotten. What's his name? Dan Campbell's tenure, you can see how much better that they've gotten, and I really like that. The Jags and Philly. I really think that the Jags are 2-2. But Trevor Lawrence did lose 4 or 5 fumbles. Does it show? Yeah, he fumbled 4 times and lost all of them, and threw a pick. Was 11 for 23 for 174, 2 tuds. They didn't look as good today, but this Jaguars team is also progressing very well. I think now that Trevor Lawrence has gotten a little stability in old Dougie P, I think that team is starting to gel a little bit better. I don't know if their personnel has them in any positions to be winning any big games, but again, we shall see. I really like the fight that the Jags put up, though. I think Philly is a team that is just continuing to prove over and over again that they are here. They are here, and they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Nick Sirianni has that team buzzing. They run the ball better than anybody in the world. Miles Sanders is a great running back. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback for that system. They have the stud in A.J. Brown. They have the stud in Devontae Smith. That O-line is great. That defense is great. It is nuts, man. It is insane. I am pleasantly surprised by how good the Philadelphia Eagles are. And I love to see them continue to succeed. Yeah, see, Jalen Hurts was 16 of 25 for 204. He did throw a pick, but that doesn't matter. Miles Sanders had 27 carries, 134 yards, 2 tuds. Jalen Hurts, 16 carries, 38 yards, a tud. Gainwell, 5 carries, 19 yards, and a tud. A.J. Brown had 5 catches for 95. Goddard had 5 for 72. They just know what they're doing. And their defense is phenomenal. Phenomenal. yeah, this Philadelphia Eagles team is really starting to solidify themselves as the team to beat in the NFC East anyway. Love to see it. You really do. You love to see it because for a long time, all of these NFC East teams have just that entire division has just been Sucksville. Just the suckiest of the suck are in the NFC East. So it's glad to see that they are kind of turning things around some. Um, the next game I got on here is Atlanta. Now, I have to apologize to all of the Atlanta Falcons fans. At the beginning of this season, I said that the Falcons were going to be fucking terrible, and they had no hope. Now, I still stand on the fact that they're not a Super Bowl contending team. Maybe make the playoffs, I doubt it, but we'll see. But they are very much better than I thought that they were. So I apologize for doubting you guys. I mean, they did just put Cordell Patterson on IR, so that's kind of a kick in the ass. But I mean, with Marcus Mariota, I mean, he did only throw the ball 19 times. They're finding ways to get him involved. Kyle Pitts, I mean, I feel so bad for Kyle Pitts. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the meme of like the Corvette sitting underneath like a trailer thing. Oh my god, that is Kyle Pitts. He's literally a fucking Lambo in a trailer park. It is insane. I feel bad for him, but you know, fuck him. He's not on the Steelers, so I don't really care what they're doing. And for the Browns, I mean, Jacoby Brissett, 21 to 35, 234, a tud and a pick. I mean, that's Jacoby Brissett for you. I don't know what else you really expect from him. Nick Chubb had 19 carries for 118 yards, averaged 6.2 a carry, and had one tud. David Njoku had 5 catches for 73. Amari Cooper, 1 catch for 9 yards. Amari Cooper is the most overrated superstar wide receiver in the NFL. He is. I said it, and I will continue to say it. Amari Cooper is so overrated, it is insane. He only shows up for home games, and half the time, if he has a good corner on him, you're not seeing anything from him the entire game. The man's making like $20 million a year. That's fucking crazy. But anyway, on to the next. We had. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Derrick Henry. We had a Derrick Henry sighting, baby. Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans went into Indy and took on the stobbling, I don't know what that means, about to fall over because they fucking suck Colts. And Derrick Henry went out and had himself a day. 22 carries, 114 yards, and a tud. Ryan Tannehill had 17 completions on 21 attempts for 137 yards and 2 tuds. This looked like the Tennessee Titans a little of old. Maybe not as much because they still don't have a stud running back or they still don't have a stud receiver, so there's still no pressure. But they went out and got the job done. They did. And Matt Ryan, I mean, the Colts are dead. Matt Ryan, 22 of 37, 356, 2 tuds and a pick. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's just not having the year that he had last year, and it's kind of, I mean, it's expected. His offensive line is shit. They're stacking 8 men in the box. They have no skill position. They have no skill players on the outside. I mean, their best wide receiver is Michael Pittman Jr. Great. After that, nothing. Michael Pittman Jr. is not even a true number 1, so they're just locking him up. And yeah, I think this Colts team, I do. I believe that this Colts team is dead. Sorry about it. The boy Cooper Kush. That boy Cooper Kush went into Washington. No. He did not go into Washington. Washington came to Dallas, and Cooper Kush dotted up the commies, because they are the Washington Commanders, because they are commies. I don't know why I keep saying that. Carson Wentz was 25 of 42 for 170, a tud and 2 picks. I mean, it's Carson Wentz. Jesus Christ, how long is this guy going to be a starting quarterback? We shall see. Antonio Gibson, nothing. Jahan Dotson, nothing really. I mean, this Commanders team is dog shit. I feel bad for Scary Terry because they are not getting any better. They're not. It is not happening. Cooper Kush was 15 to 27 for 223 and 2 tuds. Zeke had 19 catches for 19 rushes for 49 yards. CeeDee Lamb had 6 for 97 and a tud. Michael Gallup caught a tud. The defense looked a little better. I mean, it's against the Washington Commanders, so you can't really judge it, but it is an NFL team, so take it how you will. I just want to say, Cooper Kush, that boy Cooper Kush, I think low-key is making Dak Prescott sweat at home. He is making Dak Prescott go home and really think, oh shit, am I about to lose my job to Cooper Rush even after I got paid $1 bazillion? Now, it's not going to happen because that's the business of the NFL. But I would not be surprised if Dak comes back and the Cowboys continue to suck like they have with Dak for the past however many years. But Cooper Rush right now is showing that you don't necessarily have to be a superstar to win games. If you can just get the job done, do what you need to do, and not try to overcomplicate or anything crazy like that, then you can get shit done. And Cooper Rush is getting shit done. I like it. I do. The Cowboys eventually are still going to suck. I'm sorry, Mo. That's just what the Cowboys do. Jerry Jones is waiting for them to suck bad enough so that he can fire Mike McCarthy's bitch ass and get Sean Payton in there. Then you guys might be good. But we'll see. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills handled some adversity. Lamar Jackson and his Ravens were up 20-3 at one point. Josh Allen puts the Bills on his back, literally just picks the Bills up, put them on his back, and just fucking carries them all the way to a goddamn victory. Josh Allen's a stud. Josh Allen's a beast. He's the guy. He's not a guy. He is the guy. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I almost doubted myself, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna doubt myself, and I'm not gonna doubt Josh Allen because he is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. His numbers, whatever. He got shit done. 19-36, 213, a tud and a pick. Had 11 carries for 70 yards and a tud. I mean, this man's a fucking steamroller. And as for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 20-29, 144 yards, a tud and 2 picks. Ran for 73 yards. I mean, the Ravens right now are literally the fucking Baltimore Lamar Jacksons. Everybody else, besides like Mark Andrews and a couple people, really. I mean, that defense is dog shit. His wide receivers are whatever. They're not bona fide studs in any way, shape, or form. So I feel like the Ravens I think that the Ravens might be trying to set Lamar up a little bit. Maybe when he comes to the table next year with the crazy offer, and they're like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Look at these games, whatever. But I still think at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is going to get paid. Don't know by who, but it's going to happen. And yeah, Buffalo is once again establishing themselves as a team atop of the AFC. It's fun to watch, it is. Arizona, who knows what the fuck Arizona is? We know the Panthers suck. Arizona won 26-16. Kyler Murray was 23-32 for 207, 2 tuds and a pick. He ran for 26 yards and a tud. Marquise Brown had 6 catches for 88 yards. Zach Ertz had 6 for 47. They both had tuds. And then, the Panthers, Baker Mayfield's ass. I saw a thing that said that they're going to continue to start struggling Baker Mayfield. Of fucking course they are. What else are they going to do? They've paid like 1,500 quarterbacks a fucking $100 bazillion right out their fucking owner's ass. So they gotta stick with something. But yeah, I continue to say this about the Cardinals. I don't think we're gonna know what they are until like week 12 once D-Hop has come back and gotten used to the offense and they've gotten him reincorporated into the offense. I almost said reiterated, whatever that means. The Las Vegas Raiders, I just dropped my phone. The Las Vegas Raiders finally went out and got a victory against the fucking bum, I don't even know what the fuck they are, Denver fucking Broncos. Russell Wilson had in numbers-wise, he had a pretty decent game. 17-25, 237, 2 tuds. He was sacked 3 times. Now, prayers up for Javonte Williams, his running back. Tore his ACL and his LCL, done for the year. Poor guy. He was a up-and-coming stud running back. who now is probably going to have to rehab this injury for at least a year and a half to fully recover. But yeah, the Raiders, I mean, Josh Jacobs, I think, showed in this game why he deserves a long-term contract. He had 28 carries for 144 yards and 2 tuds. That's 5.1 a carry. And his longest rush was 43 yards. I mean, that's not there's not much more you can ask for there. Devontae Adams had 9 catches for 101 yards. Darren Waller had 3 for 24. I mean, at the beginning of the season, we thought that this Raiders team was going to be something special because they had all these weapons. They had Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, fucking Devontae Adams. But their O-line stinks, and it's looking like their quarterback is not exactly the guy that we think that he was. It almost seems like he's scared of the moment a little bit. I mean, they're just not stepping up. I think in this game they won in spite of Derek Carr because he didn't do anything spectacular in this game. And it's just worrisome. I think the Raiders are going to be a lot worse than what we expect them to be. In Denver, I still don't have a fucking clue what Denver is. I barely want to call them the Broncos because that's how much I don't know what they are. But, yeah. The Packers had New England come into town. Brian Hoyer was starting for the Patriots, gets hurt. They have a third stringer come in. The third stringer throws a touchdown pass, was 10 for 15 for 99 yards. Damian Harris had 18 carries for 86 yards and a tud. I mean, the Green Bay Packers are coming along slowly but surely. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was 21 to 35 for 251, 2 tuds and a pick. But, sorry, I didn't mean to jump straight to the Packers. But I think it was a pretty good game for Zappy. Who knows what they're going to be next year or next week. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Patriots are dead because who knows? They suck. Fuck them. Thank God. Thank God the Patriots are dead. I hate Bill. I'm not going on one of these tangents again. It's not happening. But Aaron Rodgers, I just gave his numbers. Aaron Jones had 16 carries, 110 yards. I mean, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon maybe. The more I think about it, I think they are the best 1-2 punch at running back in the National Football League. I mean, A.J. Dillon takes 15 guys to go down, and Aaron Jones just finds ways to get yards. It's nice. It's insane. Alan Lazard had 6 catches for 116 yards. I think he's really starting to establish himself. I think he may be the number one guy on this team at the end of the season. Big playoff games, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be going to Alan Lazard quite a bit as big time situations show up. But I think, like I said, the Packers are coming along slowly but surely. They played a bad Patriots offense, but I mean, they were still playing the starters on the defense, so good to see them come out with a win there. And then the Chiefs, I literally have in my notes that the Chiefs are just chiefing all over everybody. Still. Fuck Tom Brady. Also have that in the notes. Fuck Tom Brady. I'm glad the Bucs lost. Mike Evans is great. Chris Godwin keeps getting hurt. Their whole team's getting hurt. I hope Tom Brady retires after this year. I do. I'm going to continue to say it. If you don't like it, suck to suck. You're going to have to deal with it because I hate Tom Brady. I hate him. So, if you're going to continue to listen, you're just going to have to deal with me. You're just going to have to deal with me saying that. So, that's what it is. I think Patrick Mahomes is a lot better than what people were giving him credit for. I think when they traded Tyreek Hill, they thought that this Chiefs team was going to be significantly worse, and I think Patrick Mahomes has shown that he's that guy. He's going to make everyone better no matter what. Love to see it. And I mean, then the Rams and the 49ers, the 49ers just continue to win games with Jimmy G. I'm not really surprised. The Rams can't figure it out right now. I don't know what they're doing. But it's still early for those guys, so as long as those teams, there's some teams that's like, as long as they make the playoffs, they got a shot. And I think the Rams and 49ers, there's a lot of those teams actually. But I was saving this one for last. And last but not least in any way, shape, or form, because, why would it be? The Pittsburgh Steelers had the New York Jets coming to town. Now, I am not excited at all about the outcome. I will read The outcome, we lost 24-20. Yes, we lost to the New York Jets. Zach Wilson was 18 of 36, 252, a touchdown and 2 picks. He did look very rusty, but he looked for him not playing for however long he was out with that knee injury. He looked very good. He did, and I think that he's going to bring a whole another layer to this Jets offense that they just weren't bringing out with Joe Flacco. So it'll be interesting to watch. Brees Hall, I think he's going to be a guy. Same with Garrett Wilson. I mean, their offense is steadily looking better and better, and now with Zach Wilson in. As long as Zach Wilson can stay healthy, I think that they're going to be pretty decent. But the big thing here, at halftime of this game, Mike Tomlin made the executive decision to pull starry-eyed Mitch Trubisky and put in the stud, the rookie, the 20th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Kenny Pickett started in the second half of that game, made some electric plays, fired everybody up, ran for 2 touchdowns. He did throw 3 picks, but 2 of them were on drops, and 1 was just a chucked ball. It is Kenny Pickett season in Pittsburgh, baby. Mitch is sitting on the bench. I've been asking for this for so long. I am so happy. I don't care if we win another game. I am so excited that I'm going to get to watch Kenny Pickett develop right in front of our eyes, because at least for this year, it's going to feel somewhat like when Big Ben was drafted and we got to watch him grow. Now, Big Ben grew a lot faster and won a Super Bowl very quickly. We don't expect that from Kenny Pickett, but as Yinzers are, we will talk shit about Kenny Pickett if shit talking is needed. But we will stand behind Kenny Pickett no matter what. Now, that offensive line that we have still fucking sucks. Najee Harris, probably one of the best running backs in the league, can't get any yards because our offensive line sucks. But when Kenny Pickett was in the game, is when our offense looked best. He was throwing dots to George Pickens. Najee Harris was actually breaking off for some runs. Our offensive line was holding blocks for more than half a second. It was fantastic. I am so ecstatic. I'm so ecstatic. The Pittsburgh Steelers are pushing on through this season with Kenny Pickett. Now, we do have some tough opponents coming up. And we're probably going to get blown out, but that's okay. You have to take your lumps as a rookie. You have to take your lumps in the early goings of seasons and careers. That's okay, because we have Mike Tomlin, and even if we suck this year, he will continue to talk up Kenny Pickett. And if we suck so bad that it seems like Kenny Pickett's not the guy, we may have a high enough draft pick to go draft CJ Stroud. So, win-win. Yeah, I'm very excited for Kenny Pickett's season, if you can't tell. I'm also just counting the days until TJ Watt comes back, because right now our defense is abysmal. I think once he comes back, though, I think a lot of things will get fixed. I do. I really do. Yeah, and I think that's how we're going to end this episode. Thank you so much. Please make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Brandon_Beasley, Beezley. That is Brandon_Beasley on all platforms. Make sure you sub to the Off the Ball Network YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, everything. Make sure you check out our Off the Ball Network website. Everything is very much appreciated. And of course, before we go, our sponsors today. Hold on. Sorry. Give me just a second. Today's pod is sponsored by Sleeves. Sleeves is... Hold on. What the fuck is happening? I don't... Sorry. Okay. So... Yes, today's podcast is sponsored by Sleeves. Sleeves is a arm sleeve and compression company. They design and produce custom compression gear, everything from arm sleeves, headbands, and more. They have wholesale options available, and they are primarily designed in the US of A. Please go to sleeves.com today and get all your compression needs. Today's episode is also brought to you by Built Bar. Unlike all other bars out there that taste like either old Play-Doh or a piece of cardboard, when you eat Built Bar, you'll think you're cheating on your diet with a delicious chocolate dessert. If your kids find out how good this is, you're going to have to buy more because they are going to be begging for them. If you go to BuiltBar.com and use the referral code OffTheBall in all caps, that's OffTheBall in all caps at BuiltBar.com, you'll get a 10% discount. That's BuiltBar.com, promo code OffTheBall in all caps, 10% off. And last but not least, today's episode is brought to you by the best sportsbook in the world, FanDuel Sportsbook. Today, if you go to FanDuel Sportsbook right now, new customers on FanDuel, when you make your first deposit with any bet, you'll get refunded. If your first deposit you'll get a free bet and you will get refunded up to $1,000 if you don't win. Thank you, FanDuel. Jesus Christ, I suck at these ad reads. I promise I'll get better. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you on the next one.